Is there something that is unseen that is causing problems in your life? And is there something that is unseen that's causing problems in the world? Welcome to Truth Talk with Ed Skipper every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In 1665, London was gripped with the Great Plague. People were dying by the thousands. In fact, bodies were stacked up outside of homes like cordwood, and those bodies were thrown in ditches that were quickly dug outside of the town. The legal system came to a halt. Businesses came to a halt, and people were leaving London, taking their disease with them. What was the cause of the disease, according to the people of that time? Bad air. So what did people do? They burnt noxious materials in their homes to drive the bad air out. They sealed up their homes to keep the bad air out. Sanitation, hygiene had nothing to do with it in their mind, even though they had open sewage running down the streets. Now, if you could go back to them and say to them that their real problem was germs, bacteria that you can't see or smell or touch or taste, you'd have probably been laughed at. No one would have believed you, but that was the problem. Spiritually, we have a similar problem. The devil and the spiritual forces of evil devoted to keeping people in bondage, sin, and shame. 1 Peter 5:8, your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith. Now, just as there are defenses against diseases, and we hear a lot about that today, like social distancing and wearing masks and washing your hands and not touching your face. There are defenses against the devil. Listen as I recite this passage to who our battle is against, and how we win this battle, from Ephesians 6, verses 10 to 14. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you've done everything, to stand. So know this, you are in a war. But know this also, it is a winnable war. That's what we're going to be talking about in the next several videos. So make sure that you subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and hit that bell so that you can receive notifications. And until next time, may you know this for sure, you are in a war with invisible forces. But know this also, you can win that war through Jesus Christ.